Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of Sideshow Con. I'm Amy Chase.
I'm Guy Cletter.
And we are so excited to be back here with you for a full show of reveals and deals and a lot of awesome stuff we've got going on. But let's start it off with, if you're just joining us for the week, welcome. We're in the middle of Sideshow Con. But what is Sideshow Con?
What
and what's
is Sideshow and who are we? Who is Sideshow? If you are new to who is Sideshow, Sideshow has been a leader in the pop culture community for over 29 years, and the goal is to bring the art to you in the way that you want it. We've partnered with the artists, the creators, with the studios of comics, books, and film, all to give you exactly what you want.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing here today.
We love connecting fans to the characters they love in tons of different formats, so you're going to see a ton of different collectibles today in all sorts of scales, formats, 2-dimension, 3-dimension, and hopefully you'll be able to find stuff for your own collection. Now, Sideshow Con is our week-long celebration of all the summer news from pop culture's biggest manufacturers. Like Guy mentioned, we've got news from Sideshow, from Hot Toys, from our partners at Premium Collectibles Studio, Tweeterhead, and even more. And we're covering a ton of fandoms this week, so you're going to want to stick around every single day because we have new stuff every single day. We had a show yesterday at this time with
was a lot of fun.
Tons of reveals. Absolutely so much fun. You want to tell me some of your favorites from yesterday?
Well, we got to see some brand new figures from Hot Toys and some big surprises there. One for me, of course, was getting to finally see the Indiana Jones from Dial of Destiny. That was a highlight for me. Amy and I got to stand toe-to-toe with a life size of the Dark Knight, standing at 3 feet tall. That was pretty gosh darn amazing.
That was,
and then some beautiful brand new art to put on the wall. We got to see the Dewback, a loved figure, now going to be in a 6-scale version available by Hot Toys soon. So make sure that you are always logged in and getting those RSVPs, so when pre-orders for things like that show up, you're going to be able to get them.
And you know, I loved me that Anzelin Droidsmith. We got to see again a 1-to-1 life scale piece, but all of the pieces that we revealed yesterday, you know, we've got totally new stuff today. You can catch up on a recap on our website. We've got the blog, which will catch you up on everything. We've got those daily wrap-up shows. So let's actually take a look at the daily schedule so you guys can see what goes on during a day at Sideshow Con. At 9 a.m., we've got our kickoff show in the Sideshow Social Network app. That is an awesome community for fans like yourself. If you haven't already, please join us at side.show/join us. The Sideshow Social Network app, Social Network app also has exclusive contests, maybe some extra, reveals and teases throughout the week, and an exclusive attendee badge that you can download with all of the schedule information on that. And now you guys are watching the 11 a.m. Pacific Time Sideshow Con live showcase, so we will be doing that every day this week on our YouTube channel at side.show/YouTube. But, if you're here with us right now, you already know that. Now, what's up next?
After that, at 2 p.m. here in our studio, we have built an actual physical booth with many podiums and many opportunities to see things. And in our Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group, that is where you in the chats will be able to communicate with us and say, I'd like to see a little bit more of that. Can you tell me more about this? And that's great because it allows you to be interactive. It still gives you that physical con experience, particularly if you print down that badge.
Yes.
And you can wear that while you ask your questions. Let somebody else do the walking, and you just enjoy the scene and experiencing.
Yes, and then at 5 p.m. we've got that wrap-up show again in the social network app, side.show/join us. That is where you will catch up on all the news that gets announced every single day, just in case you missed something, you couldn't make one of the streams. We'll make sure to have all of that there for you. But if you missed any of that information, side.show/con is where you'll find it all. And that's also where you'll find free registration for our event. Yes, we're in the middle of Sideshow Con right now. It's day 2, but it is not too late to register. And that gets you awesome perks for your Sideshow account, including $5 in rewards, access to registrant exclusive giveaways, and maybe most importantly, you get priority access ordering window to those con exclusives that are dropped daily. I believe today was the Martian Manhunter from Iron Studios, which we got to see a little tease of yesterday in our showcase, and that amazing stone color variant Batman by Jesse Hernandez, Urban Aztec.
I love his stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Urban Aztec look.
We gave away a few of those unique on our show yesterday.
Yes, we had 2 lucky winners. And that's another thing that we do, and Amy and I have been loving to do that, is giveaways. So make sure you're logged into an account. If you do not have a Sideshow account, do not fret. There is still time to do it. We're going to bring up a graphic right now that's a quick how-to. Very easy. And in that account, as Amy said, you register, you get those reward points, and those reward points, you can use them later on today in this show.
Yes, you can start earning rewards on your purchases. Now, let's tell them how this show is going to function, because we do have two very distinct halves. We're going to start things off with the reveals, which will be that showcase of brand new items that will be available to pre-order or coming soon to Sideshow. We've got awesome surprises from Hot Toys Sideshow and more, so you're going to want to stick around. We've even got some artist interviews with the minds behind these amazing pieces that you're going to get to see today. And then when that's through,
we're moving into the deals section, okay? And in that section is your opportunity to save big and to be able to get items now. As we said, top of the show, you're going to get to see upcoming things. But in the second half of the show, you're going to get to have things now. We have a segment that we call Mix and Match. It's one of my favorites. And today's segment of that is with all new things you've never seen before and with a brand new partner.
Yes, we've done the mix and match for our birthday and for May the 4th, and we even did it yesterday, and it was huge.
It's very, very popular. This is a time as a collector, if you're a new collector, to begin your collection. As an established collector, to enhance and continue it. We also have warehouse finds. Now, this is where Amy and I put on our spelunking gear and we go into the warehouse and find very rare, long sold-out items.
I mean, Guy said he loves Indiana Jones. Sometimes he takes it a little too seriously.
I wear the hat. I wear the hat.
If you were here yesterday, you might have seen we had an amazing warehouse find to cap off the show. Tons of amazing warehouse finds throughout the show, but those are hyper limited. You're going to want to make sure you're logged into your account and you snag those as fast as possible. And then we've got those limited deals, which are a limited quantity on a super offer, a chance for you to bring home an in-stock piece at a great discount, but we're limiting the number of people that can claim that deal. So again, if you're on the fence at all, you're going to want to jump on those items because they go super quickly and you can bring yourself home a little treat for Sideshow Con.
Exactly. So much to go over today, and yes, there's a friend of ours here, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about him later on. But right now, Amy, you got to do an incredible interview.
Yes.
And tell them a little bit about that.
So Sideshow has the privilege of working with so many iconic artists, both in the two-dimensional realm and the three-dimensional realm. And I know a lot of people here are big fans of J. Scott Campbell. Maybe you're a comic book collector and you love his variants, or you've been collecting the Fairytale Fantasies line. Well, if you're looking for something new, you don't need a genie to grant your wish, because we have an interview with J. Scott Campbell and Chi Izuma, who painted the new Sultana Arabian Nights statue from our Fairytale Fantasies collection. So let's take a look at that interview. Working closely with J. Scott Campbell, Sideshow has translated his iconic art style into a stunning three-dimensional celebration of reimagined classic fairy tale characters like Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Tinkerbell, Red Riding Hood, and more. We're thrilled to present the latest offering in this line, Sultana Arabian Nights. I am also excited to share that we are here in-house with J. Scott Campbell and Chi Izuma, who painted the Sultana Arabian Nights statue. So let's get started with, what do you guys think of the statue?
Oh my goodness, I am blown. This is the first time I'm seeing this, actually. So you get it in your head concept-wise. I think it's the first time you're seeing it all together,
Yes,
right? Even though you did the
yeah.
painting, it was in stages. It's a cliche when it comes to these statues. I'm fortunate enough to have done several of these. And every time I see it for the first time, I'm always blown away, first of all, by the scale. Because even though I know the scale we work in, there's something about when it's all put together, you're like, oh my gosh, that is so much more presence. And that almost is always the case, and this one is no exception. Almost looks like it's lit up, but it's not. It's crazy. I couldn't be happier.
And Chi, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm really happy how everything came out, and the whole color combinations works great with everything, like hair to the base to the carpet. So I'm really happy.
Well, one of the things, of course, that draws people, especially to your comic book variant
Yeah.
covers and all of the Fairytale Fantasies characters,
Yeah.
is that portrait work. How do you, go about translating those portraits into a three-dimensional?
Yeah, well, in this particular case, because we wanted to play up more of the region and the historical context of the character. We wanted her facial features to have more of that ethnicity shine through. So she has like a stronger bridge on her nose. Her eyes are a little more almond. We definitely gave her darker eyes in the paint. I think some of her features too, the eyebrows are a little more pronounced as far as the richness. I'm so happy with it because, again, it's just so striking. That's what I always love about the Sideshow paint jobs is they always have, you can almost get the sense there's blood under the skin. Like it feels alive, and that's trickier than people think, actually, to get that to work. I mean, there's so many 3D statues where it doesn't have that, and it's a magical touch, and that's
also like you don't want to go heavy on it.
No,
so
that
you
we
gotta
got
be in
too.
a
You're doing
mist.
the tiniest makeup work as well. It's so
it
precise.
It is like makeup. I mean, it's very true, and that's really where you take a good sculpt and you take it to the next level. Because I mean, I'm not gonna skirt around the issue. They're pin-up-y statues. Obviously, you want them to go, oh, pretty girl, that's so great. But to me, what really elevates them is all these extra little touches.
That was such a fun conversation, and there's even more to that. But if you're going to be in San Diego this week, if you visit the J. Scott Campbell booth, you can get a closer look at the Sultana Arabian Nights statue physically. But again, if you want to see that full interview, we'll have that up on our YouTube channel later today. So stay tuned for this show because you don't want to miss anything here. But it was such a great conversation, and I was like, I'm pretty much fangirling. I've got so many of your variant covers in my collection.
And to see them
stuff.
take from that two-dimensional into that three-dimensional like that, and there is, with that piece in particular, so much movement, and that paint job, wow.
We talked extensively about the movement, and yes, Chi Izuma, amazing painter, and there's other pieces this week that will be premiered that she also had a hand in painting all throughout Sideshow Con. So it was just a really great conversation, and I'm glad we had an opportunity to do that for a brand new Fairytale Fantasies piece.
Now we have some other pieces from our partners at Tweeterhead. Then they have licenses from DC, Masters of the Universe, and do beautiful pieces, and we want you to check them out right now.
Hey everybody, we hope you enjoyed that Tweeterhead Showcase. If you're just joining us, welcome to Sideshow Con Day 2. This is our 11 a.m. Pacific Time showcase where we'll be showing you brand new reveals, and then later we'll have some deals. Now that was an amazing look at what Tweeterhead has to offer. They've got all sorts of scales going on, quite literally with some of those, the merman and the gill man, you know.
It's fantastic, I love them.
But looking at these DC maquettes, I have just one question, Guy. Who's a super good boy?
I know, right? That's going to be an instant order for me. I can't not have. And the fun in it.
Yes.
You take a look, and to use that Fortress of Solitude style base, but then to get so much movement. You got the forward movement with him leaping, you have the cape going, you even have the very happy tongue going there, and a very wagging tail. It's absolutely spectacular. Now, if you pan across from him, you see the base that is with the Batman. Okay, take a look at that. I was asking Amy earlier, how many gargoyles are there in Gotham? There's a lot of them, but I'm very happy that there is one here with that bat-like head. But then we get into that classic style of Dark Knight as far as the color scheme moving on the way up on that.
Tweeterhead DC maquettes are roughly 6 scale in stature, and they always do such a great job capturing the vibrant. I know he's the Dark Knight, but he's even got a vibrant look to him, especially with that pop of color from the utility belt. These pieces are so fabulous. Usually some of them will have swap out elements, and we did get to see that Batman revealed in the showcase there as well. So we've got these amazing pieces for your DC Comics collection. And then, of course, you've got to have Superman's best friend and Superman.
Exactly. Now, who's best friend? Who knows? But I love that obviously they're individual pieces, but they do work together, both having that Fortress of Solitude style base and those big flowing capes. The colors are so bright, and it's such a great contrast between having the dark colors of the Dark Knight and then the bright colors of Superman. So it's going to be hard to decide, but I know for sure Amy and I are definitely going to get ourselves a crypto.
Yes, and there's even more characters in this collection, as you got to see in that awesome video. We are so excited to have these here. And reminder, these are 6th scale pieces available from our friends at Tweeterhead, but if you're looking for quarter scale collectibles, we've got a showcase video revealing some brand new and recently premiered Sideshow premium formats in the DC Comics line. So let's take a look at that, and we'll be back here in a moment.
Sideshow is proud to present the latest DC offerings in our premium format figure lineup. First up, the Deathstroke premium format figure. This figure is inspired by the Master Assassin's comic book appearance as he stands triumphant over his foes, the Teen Titans. This fully sculpted polystone collectible measures 24 inches high, 16 inches wide, and an impressive 21 inches deep, capturing his lethal physique and deadly arsenal. Deathstroke's base includes visual references to the members of the superhero team defeated by his strength. Fans can spot characters like Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, and more hidden in the sculpture. Face the blades of Deathstroke the Terminator and add him to your collection today. Next, we have the Poison Ivy Deadly Nature premium format figure. Now transformed into Gotham's very own Mother Nature, the villainous Poison Ivy works to destroy the man-made world and let her beloved plants flourish once more. This figure stands 23 1/4 inches high, 14 3/4 inches deep, and a monstrous tangle of plants and teeth lift the villainess above the ground. Gnarled branches wrap around her outstretched arms, and Ivy's clawed fingertips are tinged with a poisonous red. The churning earth swallows the remains of her latest victim, returning them to the natural cycle, and shows that the most beautiful things in nature can also be amongst the deadliest. Grow your collection and give in to the power of the Poison Ivy Deadly Nature premium format figure today. For the first time ever, Sideshow artists have brought Gotham's Gentlemen of Crime to life in this mixed media collectible for all Batman fans. The Penguin premium format figure measures 20 inches high and 16 inches wide. A crouched Oswald Cobblepot in the sewers below the city, surrounded by a small colony of his namesake birds. The Penguin premium format figure combines polystone and resin sculptural elements with custom-tailored fabric costuming to create a detailed three-dimensional tribute to an iconic foe of the Dark Knight. His grotesque portrait's been crafted with all of the most identifiable features. He wears a meticulously designed fabric overcoat lined with faux fur trim and weathered details along its hem, giving Oswald an opulent but ominous appearance. Time to break the ice. You don't want to miss your chance to bring Sideshow's The Penguin premium format figure home today. Lastly, dive into the realm of DC Comics Elseworlds with the Batman Gotham by Gaslight premium format figure. This unique depiction of Batman transports him to the 19th century in pursuit of Jack the Ripper. The figure measures 20.5 inches high, 15 inches wide, and 17 inches deep, and captures a grim moment in time with the immersive environmental base and action-packed pose. This mixed media statue has detailed sculptural elements as well as a fully tailored fabric cape. The cape has wires in the hem for dynamic posing, and a semi-flexible grappling hook rope adds an additional dimension to this piece. Batman's alternate universe costume also features a stitched-together look throughout the sculpt to reflect the historical setting. Walk the streets of Gotham by Gaslight and RSVP on our website, sideshow.com, to be notified when the Batman premium format figure will be available for pre-order. Thank you for joining me for these brand new reveals. And as always, don't forget to let your geek sideshow. Well, as you can see, I had some quality time with these pieces and was...
And you lived to tell the tale.
Exactly. And I was blown away. Yeah, to escape the Rogues Gallery and to still be here, part of Sideshow Con is pretty incredible. But these pieces are also incredible.
Amazing. We are standing here with the Poison Ivy Deadly Nature green variant premium format figure and the Batman Gotham by Gaslight premium format figure just revealed. But let's start with Ivy because this piece, this green variant, is super limited edition. She's gone up for pre-order already on our website for a limited edition of only 200 pieces ever produced. Now her other counterpart, the Deadly Nature Collector Edition, is also on our website, available for pre-order, but if you're interested in the green variant, there are only 200 of those ever going to be made, and she is up for pre-order right now, so I'd suggest you hurry over.
Yes, I've heard they're moving very quickly. We're down to about half maybe or less, and there's so much going on in this one here, from the lifting up and out, from the twist and the turn, and then you get that kind of matte color on the wood, but then you have the kind of vine in that glossy texture.
You know, between this and the Penguin, there's been some really wet-looking premium format figures, which I mean is perfectly grotesque and scary, but I do love everything that's going on with this because it's almost as if the plant is its own mouth. It's a maw that's just kind of reaching up.
And the way in which this is painted to almost have that translucent quality of that gripping teeth quality to it. And as you can see inside, there are some remnants from people she did not exactly get along with.
The other co-hosts we tried to film it with.
Exactly. I was the one who made it out of there. The hair. The
hair is so beautiful, and there's little distinctions between the hair and makeup between the two PFs just to complement the skin tones going on there. I love that witchy looking hand she's got going on. And again, as you mentioned, great movement, and it's almost kind of defying gravity. She just has that one kind of connection point at her leg. It's a very light and airy pose as she shows you the deadly side of nature, truly.
I think it's absolutely spectacular. Again, every part about that. And then we get into a frenemy of hers, I guess you'd say.
Sure. Very different time period. I think he's got priorities that are other than Poison Ivy in this iteration.
But I love this piece. And this is one of them that is done in the mixed media.
Yes.
And Amy can show you that cape, all made out of the leather with wire inside, allowing you, the owner, to be able to decide exactly how you want that posed, the motion and the action that you want to create in those. And that's a really unique feature to be able to get in a premium format like that.
Yes, so it does have that faux leather exterior. It has the kind of matte fabric inside, and it's kind of like a double layered cape. It's got that high Victorian collar, because for those of you who are unfamiliar, the Gotham by Gaslight story is such an amazing Elseworlds story from DC, when they really kind of started to strike out and take these characters' familiar worlds to different time periods. The last time Sideshow did Elseworlds was our Red Sun collection.
Yeah, and that was a while back.
That was, and that had a couple of characters, familiar faces in ways you've never seen before. And so now we've got this incredible iteration of Batman. You can see that he is on top of a Victorian Gotham City rooftop base. The steam is billowing. It's got a bit of a steampunk vibe to it.
It does have a little of that. When we had the close-up there, right on the cowl. Well, let's actually talk about the base now that we have that up there. You see that cracked glass right there in the front that we had in the close-up there? You're going to have that billowing smoke coming out of the top as well. Now, what you're not seeing on the back, you have the concrete with exposed rebar. You have broken wood slats as well. So it's really telling such a big story.
And another story that I love in this is that this is a Batman who doesn't have all the same technology and gadgets that he usually does. We can see that he's equipped with some daggers and that he's hand-stitched his cowl together, because in this story, he's been framed for murder by Jack the Ripper, and he has to take matters into his own hands, but he's got, you know, the technology of the era at his disposal. So this is a really cool representation of Batman. Again, all of those signature elements that we love about the Dark Knight and the, you know, world's best detective, but taken to a totally new context from a very iconic DC Comics story.
Him stitching together his cowl, and then you see this stitching even on the emblem right in the front. That the idea that Bruce Wayne was sitting there hand stitching in the time frame is spectacular. It's a wonderful book, and it's a phenomenal statue.
Yes, so this will be coming soon to pre-order on our website. This is a brand new reveal for Sideshow Con. Remember, Ivy, also a brand new reveal, hot off the presses. This green variant is highly limited to an edition size of only 200 pieces. And if you're watching later and you miss out on that, we do still have the Poison Ivy Deadly Nature premium format with the kind of more traditional skin tone version of her there. But again, this variant highly limited, which is why we encourage you to stay logged into your account throughout this show, because even though we've got the reveals portion now, we're going to have things that you're going to want to buy. And that's, you know, you're going to want to make sure you're prepared for that.
Exactly. We're monitoring in the chats that apparently this is moving really quickly.
Excellent.
And please stay active in the chats. Ask your questions. And as Amy mentioned earlier, we're doing things like giveaways, reveals, and all kinds of things within the chat. So please be logged in, be ready, because you never know what's going to happen on this show or throughout the rest of Sideshow Con.
Wild card. Next up, we've got some cult classics from our friends at Premium Collectibles Studio, as well as a brand new helmet reveal from EFX. So if you're one of those Star Wars collectors who really likes their life-size replicas, you're going to want to take a look at the showcase we've got right now for you. Those were some awesome reveals, and we've got another one right here. Thank you guys to our partners at Premium Collectibles Studio and EFX for those items. Now we're taking it back to the world of the DC premium formats. This is Sideshow's Wonder Woman Saving the Day premium format figure. This is our latest representation of the Amazon princess herself, as she's quite literally saving, because not only is she protecting everybody, but she's on a bank vault. You know, she's stopping some good old-fashioned valuable robbery.
So much is going on with this. Amy, you and I have talked about this before with what Sideshow does, often with the bases of their statues, is that kind of creates and begins the story. And you take a look at that molten element there, as well as the blasts coming off there, because of course she's always having to defend herself, and you see those blasts also up on those gauntlets, the bracelets of truth.
Yes, that amazing molten texture, as you mentioned. There's a lot going on in that paint job. And again, you can see all of the brightness, the vibrancy. You know, yesterday we had some characters who also had flame effects, that heated metal. And so our team does a fabulous job with that. And then moving up, we've got, of course, a fully sculpted version of Wonder Woman. This is a modernized style costume, kind of an idealized representation of some of her best and most iconic accessory pieces, of course. We've got those bracelets, we've got the tiara, and we've got her signature Amazon gold, red, and blue. Now, we do have a video of artist Kat Sapene painting this piece, so you can see it coming to life, and we're going to bring that up right here. That, you know, it's crazy to see how these pieces start and then where they finish.
And then where they finish. And when we come back from this, we mentioned on the Poison Ivy, the incredible paint job and her hair. And here you're seeing the way the hair is done in so many different colors in order to get that transition between them. Not only are you getting that sculpted movement, but the way in which the light reacts with the paint really gives it even more life.
Yes, and again, capturing a single moment in time for these characters is always the challenge, is always the best goal of the artist, to really make sure we represent the characters. And so this is a, you know, a mid-action pose. There's a lot of drama to it, and you get that storytelling and that movement, again, through the hair and through elements like the ricochets and the bursts of color. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I love watching that when they layer on the colors and the skin tones, it's never just like, let's pick a peach or something like that. There's blues, there's yellows, there's reds to bring out the blood vessels and all of that detail all throughout. And then you go in and you've got the metallics, you've got the battle weathering and the molten base.
And that's really kind of the elements that really surprise me when I've had the opportunity from time to time to go down and watch them paint, and I could just do that for hours to see them do it. But again, as you said, when you're getting things that you wouldn't realize, my goodness, they're using green as a base coat or something like that. And you see how they can bring that to life. And Amy, you've definitely caught onto there with the metallics, and then we have kind of that polished leather right there onto the skirt, and then the metal elements. There's just so much going on.
And you know me, I love when the armor has a little bit of battle damage to it, because again, it adds to the storytelling. Very few characters walk off the lot with a fresh super suit. I mean, it's gonna get battle worn very, very quickly. Now, this is available for pre-order on our website right now, so if you are interested in adding her to your collection, go to side.show/getwonder. She measures just under 20 inches tall, and then she's got that wide stance, about 15 inches wide. This is a really nice piece, and I love that it's, it's a different type of verticality. She's still got the wide stance and the standing up straight and doing her bracers, but it's just a very, very different look for the character.
Exactly. When you're not going for the height, but it's just such a different thing to have, and I really dig on this. This is well, it's gonna come home.
So we hope you guys are finding things to add to your collection. Now we're gonna take things down. We're gonna remove a dimension. We're gonna go into the second dimension, and we're gonna take a look at some amazing Sideshow art prints that you can add to both enhance the storytelling in your collection. Some of these pieces directly complement lines of Sideshow collectibles, but we've also got some original artwork that you can bring home from your favorite artists, world-renowned. We've got giclés and framed prints and all different formats. So let's take a look at that showcase right now. Bursting with mutant power, Sideshow presents the X-Men vs. Magneto fine art print by artist Ian McDonald. This print features 14 mighty mutants in all, with Professor Xavier's brightest students locked in battle against Magneto, the master of magnetism. Heroes like Jean Grey, Iceman, Bishop, Cyclops, Jubilee, Wolverine, and more all stand united by what makes them different from humanity. Each print features an authorized automated artist signature and an embossed Sideshow seal of authenticity as a part of the limited edition of 450 pieces. The giclé print is available unframed or in a custom framed presentation, and there is also a gallery-wrapped canvas version limited to only 100 pieces. Unleash your X-Gene and join the battle with the X-Men vs. Magneto today.
Next, Sideshow presents The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring fine art print by artist Darren Tan. This cinematic Fellowship of the Ring artwork celebrates the legacy of the Lord of the Rings film trilogy with a look back at the journey's humble beginnings. With bows, axes, and determination, the Fellowship gathers to carry the One Ring to the fires of Mount Doom. The illustration's background shows steps on that arduous journey, with a map of Middle-earth and scenes marking major milestones on their way. Each Lord of the Rings The Fellowship of the Ring fine art print features an embossed Sideshow seal of authenticity and is numbered as part of the limited edition of 350 pieces. Join the adventure of a lifetime and add this fine art giclée to your Middle-earth collection.
From Ozone Productions and artist Olivia de Berardinis, Sideshow presents the Catwoman fine art print, inspired by Tim Burton's 1992 Batman Returns. Catwoman wears her iconic black leather stitched suit as she simpers behind the etched Shrek's department store logo. Each fine art print is hand-signed by Olivia herself and includes her official embossed seal of authenticity, as well as a signed certificate of authenticity as part of the limited edition of 300 pieces. This Catwoman art is now being offered for the first time in fine art form, presented as an unframed giclée, deckled with hand-torn edges, or in a custom-framed format.
I just love getting to look at those art prints, and you guys will get to see some of them hanging up in the 2 p.m. podium show as well. I got to take a closer look at that X-Men versus Magneto print. Now, that is not the most characters Ian McDonald has ever done in a Sideshow print. That honor goes to a Critical Role piece that is hanging in our booth, but I just love how he is always pushing the limit with how many characters you can fit in a single frame.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, when we talk about a lot of different characters, we have some new ones from our partners at Hot Toys. And some of these are really unique, really wild, and you may already be talking about them. So why don't we take a look at some brand new offerings from Hot Toys.
Well, there you have it. Even more brand new Hot Toys. We saw some of them yesterday. We got to see a lot today, but man, that MODOK.
Can we talk about MODOK there?
Let's pull up a picture of MODOK again so we can just take a closer look at that. Now that is an amazing piece, again, from the Ant-Man Quantumania, and I want to stress to the viewers at home, that is a 6th scale MODOK. That thing is almost as large as a human head. So if that gives you any sense of scale on what size MODOK is.
And what size MODOK is. And it also gives me some ideas for cosplay.
All right, well, we'll revisit that on Halloween. If you guys want to see a closer look at some of those Hot Toys pieces, I also had the privilege of doing an awesome interview with Norm Chan at Tested. Great guy. I got to show him the Hot Toys pieces last year, and he wanted to take a look at the pieces this year, too. So that is on Tested.com's YouTube channel, but you're going to want to stay here because we've got some more stuff coming up for you guys, but there is a closer look at some of those pieces as well. Just an awesome piece, and thank you so much to Hot Toys for letting us have that for this show to show off there.
Well, we are now moving into the second part of our show, and that is our incredible deals, okay? We talked a little bit earlier at the top of the show how those are going to work. We're going to have things like warehouse finds. This is where we only have one, maybe 2 of these items, and this is your chance to get a long sold out item. We're also going to bring back Mix and Match with an all-new partner and all new items. And then we're going to have some limited time deals as well. But we have something before that.
We've got a giveaway. You know, you got some FaceTime with this guy earlier. We saw a lot of the other DC collection, and now one lucky collector is going to get to bring a Penguin premium format figure home. Now, this is a pre-order. You're going to enter for your chance to win a pre-order, and when this guy is in stock, he will be waddling his way over to you. Use hashtag Penguin I agree in the YouTube chats right now. Remember that I agree is you agreeing to our Sideshow terms and conditions at side.show/contest. But one lucky winner will have an opportunity to take home the Penguin premium format figure when that arrives in stock. This is, I love this piece. Again,
I
with
love it.
The grotesque Gotham baddies.
It is, and this is the first time that we've seen the Penguin in this scale and in the premium format, and I love what they've gone with. And again, we talk about the mixed media. We saw that on Batman and that cape, but we see it again here with that fur on the coat and the cloth on the back. And
then all the rest of that costume is sculpted. So you see the layers of the shirt, the dress, the dress shirt, the vest, the what is that, a neckerchief, like a necktie going on?
A little ascot there underneath. I mean,
those pants even.
The man wears pinstripes. He may be grotesque, but he's definitely classy.
You know what? I gotta hand it to all the villains of Gotham. They are so good at branding.
They really
are so good at branding.
They absolutely are. They're like, no, this is my style, and they stick with it, and I like that. And again, we talked about that base and how the base begins the story. There is so much in the Oswald Cobblepot story being told in this base. Now, of course, we have his friends there in the motion spinning around. I love the water effect there, but we also see the deadly nature of it underneath, where you're going to see those skulls and bones.
Each of those fully realized Penguin figures has its own little bit of battle damage on it. You know, no real penguins were harmed in the making of this PF, though, I promise. And then again, talking about the paint, that we got to see a little bit of the process for Wonder Woman, but just that idea that beneath the watery surface, you've got that semi-translucency that catches the light really nicely, but there is actually a change in the paint value. So you are getting more of the green underneath. So whether or not it is catching the light in your collection, you get to see that green, murky Gotham sewer water reflected in the base, which, you know, a great detail, but it's also a little bit icky.
I can't get past the incredible movement of it. Take a look when you have the Penguin and it's actually coming through.
Yeah.
Coming right up and out of there. And this can be one of yours. Make sure that you are entering. So you're going to have the opportunity to get it.
Hashtag Penguin I agree for your chance to bring home the Gentleman of Crime. Now, before we jump into the next half of our show, and we're giving you a chance to enter to win, of course, we're going to go over the day's schedule, because remember, this is not even the first show today, and it's not the last show today either. Every day of Sideshow Con, we've got a 9 a.m. kickoff show exclusively in the social network app at side.show/join us. Then we've got the 11 a.m. show for all the deals and reveals, and we are here on day 2, and that is what you're watching live, so thank you so much for joining us. Then at 2 p.m., we've got that amazing podium show. You can take a closer look and a walk and talk with our social team. Take a closer look at some of those pieces that we have on display in our booth setup. And then at 5 p.m., we've got that wrap-up show just so you can make sure that you didn't miss anything. You'll find it all at side.show/con. And again, I want to urge you to register for the event. Registration is totally free, and it gets you perks like $5 in Sideshow rewards, which you can use on some of the deals that are coming up. And you'll get priority registration access to an exclusive order window for those convention exclusives a little bit before they launch to the general public. And some of those pieces, they sell out and don't even make it to the general public. So you'll want to jump on that. Download your attendee badge at side.show/con and join in the fun, because we've still got 2 more full days and all the rest of today.
And all the rest of the day. There's so much going on. We're only part of the way through this convention, and this is absolutely fantastic. But what's also fantastic is we already have a winner.
We do. All right. Congratulations to Amanda Lorian for winning the pre-order of the Penguin Premium format figure. Amanda Lorian. It feels like I'm being prank called right now.
Exactly. You're going to absolutely love this piece. Congratulations on this. And when it comes in stock, it's coming right to you.
Yes, congratulations. Now, we hope you guys are ready to find some awesome deals and bring some stuff home to your collection. We're going to jump to an amazing and electrifying showcase of the Frankie Reborn statue by Olivia de Berardinis, and we'll be right back here with all the deals that we've got for you guys today.
She's alive! Alive!
Well, welcome to today's deal section of Sideshow Con. Now, if you don't see anything on a podium in front of me, that means this is a warehouse find, and I only have one of them. So make sure you are logged in. Make sure you are ready. Our first piece up today is probably the most iconic hairstyle in space. Can we take a look right now at this piece? It is the Princess Leia 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. This is the outfit that started it all. And the sculpting on the hair is absolutely spectacular with the two buns on either side. But you take a look at that strand work in that part going down the middle. Let's also talk about the incredible portrait that they've done. That is a young Carrie Fisher there, and it has almost that porcelain smooth quality to it. The makeup, the light bit of makeup that she did wear in the film, replicated here. Now we're seeing prominently featured in her hand that E11 Stormtrooper blaster that we know she uses to get out of a bind there on the Death Star. She is in that white outfit as well, with that hint of silver on the belt. Now this is a fully posable figure. That is what Hot Toys does, and she has a huge range of motion on that. She also, of course, has those leather boots. Okay, they are sculpted to look like leather and painted that will fool the eye to make you think that they are actual leather. They're beautiful. The base that she comes with, the stand to hold the figure, is part of that kind of flooring that we see throughout the Death Star, and it's incredibly textured as well. Now this is the long sold out and very rare Princess Leia 6-scale figure by Hot Toys, and she is sold out. Congratulations to the individual that was able to add that to their collection. This is what I'm talking about. Those warehouse finds go very, very quickly. So you want to be able to add them to your cart and get to that checkout so they can be yours. But there are many more deals throughout the day coming up, and we have another one here with Miss Amy Chase.
Well, that didn't take long at all. And like Guy said, if you see an empty podium, that means we probably got something extremely, extremely limited. I've got another one of those warehouse finds for you today, and we're on a little bit of a theme. So if you are in the interest of the Fairytale Fantasies collection, then this might be your dream come true, because we have one extremely limited piece of the Little Mermaid statue from the Fairytale Fantasies collection. And yes, this is the OG Fairytale Fantasies piece that we released. You will find her at side.show/find mermaid. Maybe you have some of her other variants in her collection, in your collection, the morning version, the retailer exclusive purple version, but this is the OG Little Mermaid for a retail price of $300. It is eligible for PayPal or Apple Pay at checkout if you prefer to use those methods. But this is the beautiful Little Mermaid. The Fairytale Fantasies collection by J. Scott Campbell, of course, is based on a series of pin-up calendar designs, creating his own signature twist on classic, iconic fairytale cultural characters. And this is a beautiful, beautiful piece representing the beauty of the ocean, a sunken treasure, maybe. I love the way that this figure is partially submerged in her base, and you can see that fun rippling water effect that does have a semi-translucency to it as she rests up on the rock very gently. She's got that beautiful tail fin curved over her body, and you can see the metallic detailing on her tail, as well as that interesting scaled pattern that is actually sculpted into the piece. You can see the original artwork from the calendar on this figures box as well. And this is also a very nice space-saving piece. It doesn't take up a big footprint on your shelf, but boy, does it make a statement. She's got all of those beautiful seashell-inspired, rocks and stones and jewelry pieces hanging off of her neckline. She's even got those beautiful earrings with that metallic coloring, really getting that mother of pearl seashell abalone look to them. And then she's got those beautiful golden bracelets and her auburn hair gently draped over the side. Not everybody looks that beautiful when they come out of the swimming pool or the ocean, but the Little Mermaid really captures J. Scott Campbell's signature style, that beautiful design of female characters that he is well known for. And at side.show/find mermaid, we have just one of these, so you'll want to get her before she swims away, because this is the first of the Fairytale Fantasies pieces. We saw the Sultana revealed earlier, all the way up through that continuing line. There are so many of these characters, but this is the original one that launched Sideshow's collaboration. You can see in that portrait, she's got those beautiful freckles as well. And all of her jewelry, her eyes, everything is matching that beautiful tail design, which is the kind of centerpiece of this. Again, you'll have a chance to enjoy that cool ripple effect. And again, I love that she's partially submerged, but you still get the idea that there is depth in this beautiful ocean that hides things like the Fairytale Fantasies mermaid. Side.show/mermaid. This is Apple Pay eligible, and it is sold out. So congratulations, whether you're starting your Fairytale Fantasies collection or you're adding in a piece that you may have missed earlier. That is such a fabulous find, and you're going to get to see more of those Fairytale Fantasies throughout this week. We are so happy to have that collaboration with J. Scott Campbell. But now, speaking of collaborations, Guy mentioned at the beginning of our show that we've got another mix and match segment with a brand new manufacturer and items that have never been seen on that segment before. So let's mosey on over and check out what he's got in stock for you.
Hey everyone, it is time for Mix and Match. That is a segment that allows you to expand your collection and complete parts of your collection. And today with an all-new partner, and that is Iron Studios. Normally I do things in 6 scale, but they do spectacular stuff in 10th scale. And so let's take a look at how we're going to do that. You're going to go to side.show/mixiron. You're going to see all of the different options that you're going to have to do pairings and trios as well. Now, add 2 of them to your cart and we'll take $60 right off the top. Add 3, we'll take $100 off. And we're going to keep adding those savings all the way up to 6. If you add 6 into your cart, you're going to save $200. Now, let's take a look at some of my absolute favorites and some of how this is going. We're going to start with the Universal Monsters over here to my side. Now, absolutely spectacular. This mummy has a magnetic sarcophagus. That is going to stick right on there, so you choose how to display it. We have Bela Lugosi coming down that stair with the arms extended and that cape wide open, and some beautiful paint done in that red silk that we see in there. And that's the incredible thing about Iron Studios and about the 10th scale. Even though they're in a smaller scale, the detail and the paint is spectacular, and you don't miss anything. Now, let's work our way over a little further. We have DC, that's also on there, and your side.show/mixiron. You can have a very, very powerful looking Superman. Look at the size of his arms there with that cape. But of course, if you're not going to have a cape, a leather jacket is a gosh darn looking cool thing there. And look at the bases on that. Again, Amy and I have talked with the bases of statues that they begin to tell the story and expand the story. And that definitely happens here. Below that, I have some fan favorites, and that is the Power Rangers Take a look at all of them. This is an opportunity. When I said that you're going to be able to add up to 6 and save $200, this is a great opportunity to add almost every one of those to your collection there. And you can see all of the different ones that they link up and create its own base. They're independent, but together they're even better. And today we're allowing you to save a lot on those by adding 6 and saving $200. Below there, bam. Look at those two. These guys are spectacular. Look at the detail in this very gruesome skull being pulled out there. I love it, and that's a spectacular too. Again, you buy 2, $60 and free U.S. shipping. Did I say that right? Yes, I did. It's free U.S. shipping. When Amy and I talked earlier about making sure that you're logged in and making sure that you're registered, if you're registered for Sideshow Con, you saw that you have $5 added to your account. That $5 can be used, okay? So you're going to save $60, free U.S. shipping, and an ability to use your points. Take a look. Coming up, the Halloween duo of Scarlet Witch and Vision. This was 2 that I know I want to add to my cart. I'm definitely going to be grabbing those 2. You got Captain America and Captain Carter and U.S. Agent, very different representations, but in that same storyline. So there's so many opportunities. Again, go to side.show/mixiron because you're only seeing part of what I have available today for you right here in front of me. Even in 10th scale, boom, there is so much. But they are incredibly shelf-friendly, collector-friendly, and you can add these huge collections together. And now is the time to do it. We have many more deals coming up, and Miss Amy Chase has a great one right now.
All right, you guys, this is going to be one of those limited deals where we only have a certain amount of quantity that people are going to be able to claim. So 3 lucky people are going to be able to score the goddess herself. This is the Storm premium format figure by Sideshow. You're going to want to go to side.show/limited storm and use code Typhoon to take $120 off this premium format figure. She is also eligible for free U.S. shipping. So if you are in the U.S. and you want to claim her, you can get $120 off at side.show/limited storm with the code Typhoon. Now, this is part of our amazing X-Men collection. I love seeing this piece here. If you're a 90s kid, you'll know exactly where this suit came from. And I love that our artists, there's a little bit of debate sometimes about whether it's more silver or it's more white. So they split the difference with this incredible pearlescent paint that reflects all the different kind of colors around it and really kind of captures the best of Storm's storm aura. She's got that really nice lightning crackle going on. This cape is really cool too while we're up here. It magnetizes at the wrists. So you've got a posable fabric cape going on here, but it has that really nice gentle connection point. You've got the wire for posing, and then of course it is draped off the back of her big old shoulder pauldrons because the 90s were all about fashion for these X-Men. This stands about 23 inches tall and makes perfect scale with any of the other X-Men premium format figures in our collection. So maybe you've got Nightcrawler, maybe you've got a previous Magneto or Wolverine, and you want to pair them up with Storm, you can do that. Now let's look at that base again, because we've got, of course, Storm has to be in the eye of her own storm. But we've got this really cool swirling vortex base from which she is almost appearing to levitate, but you guys are seeing that it does have a flashing light feature, so you're getting that crackle of the lightning going on through there. There's a blue glow in the center, and again, that just helps to accentuate the design that is bouncing off of her incredible metallic costume. The bodysuit is fully sculpted, but again, you've got that beautiful fabric cape. And you could take this home and save $120 if you go to side.show/limited storm, use the code Typhoon, and she is free US shipping eligible. We only have 3 of this deal available as well, so if you want to claim her, you're going to have to act fast. Maybe you're thinking of picking up that Ian McDonald X-Men versus Magneto art print we showed a little bit earlier. She fits in perfectly with that because that print was designed to complement our X-Men premium format collection as well. And then we've got, of course, the beautiful movement in her hair. Goes along so nicely with the shape of her cape, which you can pose with the wiring in it. We've got the whited out eyes showing that she is in the full use of her amazing powers. And then she's got those signature little lightning bolt earrings, as well as the bright red X clasps on her costume. Lots of amazing detail. This thing truly, truly shines when you're next to it. The cape has that same metallic vibe as the costume, so you're really continuing that visual language throughout. And this is just an idealized version of one of our favorite X-Men from the 90s, one of her most iconic costumes, and I bet you're already singing the animated intro theme song to yourself, so I'll let you take care of that. Again, we're gonna wrap this thing up like a tornado. Side.show/limited storm if you want to grab those deals. Now, I know that Guy Klender has another warehouse find here, and it is an absolute hulking deal, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you're logged in right now.
Thank you, Amy. If you're gonna stop a Hulk, who are you gonna call? A Hulkbuster. That's right, this is long sold out and absolutely loved. This, when I added to my collection, I could not believe I got something this huge. Okay, Amy just spoke about that Storm statue and how big that is. This Hulkbuster is 28 inches high and he weighs in at 28 pounds. You're gonna go to side.show/findbuster for this. But right now, I want to do a few close-ups for you to take a look. We're going to zoom in there. This is going to have the Mark 43. It's going to have a torso of that character that magnetically attaches in there. And all of those parts close together. Now, this is the exclusive deluxe version, okay? And that comes with additional stuff. Here, the arm. If you remember the film, and he gets a little damaged there when dealing with Hulk, and he has 2 extra arms that he calls down for. Yep, it's even going to come with a small Veronica on a little pedestal there that you're going to be able to recreate that scene. But that arm can be swapped out, and you're going to have that sleep, the go-to-sleep arm, I call it, as well as the grasping arm. Now, I do believe we have a slideshow of some of this, but we also, of course, have it right here in stock, right here for you to get. There are only 5 of these in the warehouse. I know. How do we find a box that big? But again, this is the deluxe Hulkbuster 6-scale figure. That gives you an idea of what the deluxe extras are that I was talking about. Now, as you would expect, with an Iron Man figure, you're going to have a lot of light up features. And this one has so many. You saw there on the knees, on the chest, but there's great ones there on the back as well. There's a little look at the open that we've done here in the studio that you see how it is. Now that is the Mark 43 figure right next to the Hulkbuster. Now, I said that this one has a torso, but that full figure, yes, if you have the Mark 43, it will fit fully inside. Now, the Mark 43, if you saw yesterday, was available on our mix and match. So if you picked up that yesterday, this would be a fantastic companion piece for that one there. Take a look at how it looks when he's all closed up and battle ready on this. Again, so many moving parts. And the paint job that's done on this for the weathering is spectacular. Take a look there in that photo. You see that on the left side of the chest is swap out battle damaged armor as well. This is an absolutely beautiful piece. It is statuesque. It is statue size, 28 inches in height and 28 pounds. It's absolutely beautiful. Take a look at all of the different weapons that you're going to be able to put on him there on the front. Now there it is without the figure inside, allowing you to see even more of the detail that they did. Now again, I don't have many of these. We only have 5. Now is the time to do it at side.show/findbuster. All right, a few more deals to go, and we are going to be right back. Let's see what Amy has in store for us right now.
Sideshow presents the Boba Fett life-size bust. Created in partnership with Legacy Effects, this bust features careful paint application to recreate the distress and weathering on his ancestral armor. Boba Fett's helmet also has an articulated rangefinder, and his jetpack is mounted on his shoulders to complete his signature look. The digital chest plate and jetpack have additional light-up elements to add display options. Reclaim the armor and bring home the Boba Fett life-size bust today.
Well, Guy, I'll tell you what I've got. We've got a giveaway for those of you who are here in the chats participating with us right now. We are giving away, because we're just so excited about the Fairytale Fantasies today. I'm so glad someone grabbed that mermaid, and we've had those awesome reveals today. Now, this is the Alice in Wonderland Game of Hearts variant, a very cool variant for some details that changed between the two versions. But before I get to telling you what that is, we're going to get you guys entering. That is hashtag Alice, I agree in the chats. Space I agree. You know, you're saying I agree. And you are agreeing to our side.show/contest terms and conditions. Now, one of my favorite details about this piece, we've got the beautiful different color scheme, very Queen of Heartsy. But the mushroom, you know, in the first version of our Alice statue, she is holding two pieces of the mushroom. You know, one makes you larger, one makes you smaller.
Yes.
But because she's holding playing cards in this version, she has a fully completed mushroom. In the other statue, there are actually pieces pulled out of it. But in this one, they even changed that little detail on the base where the mushroom is a full and complete mushroom, because she's got other things going on. She's got a full hand going on up here.
Exactly. When you talked about that she has playing cards, yes. We have a 9 of hearts, a Jack of clubs, I think. That's an ace of spades.
We got some 3s and a king. I'm not a poker player, so I don't know if this is good or not.
Amy and I are more roulette. We spin that wheel.
But, you know, we've got the beautiful blacks and reds and whites going on throughout this. She's got also, I love that they gave her freckles for this, because she does have that more red-headed complexion in this version, the little gothic makeup, but she has freckles on her face and shoulders as well.
The skin tone on it is wonderful. I'm glad that we've had a chance today to really highlight some of the J. Scott Campbell pieces we had up the top of the show. You got to really spend a lot of quality time and learn a lot about how they do those.
Yes, and when this is over, again, I remind you guys, when our show is done later today, you can check out on our YouTube that full interview with J. Scott Campbell and Chi Izuma, who obviously J. Scott designed and was part of the artistic process, and then Chi Izuma painted that beautiful Sultana Arabian Nights statue that we just premiered for Sideshow Con today. But that wasn't the only premiere we had today.
No, we had so many.
Yeah, we had some amazing DC Comics premium format figures, including that green-skinned variant Poison Ivy. We've got Deadly Nature, which you are seeing right now on the screen, and then we've got her ultra-limited green variant, which is only an edition size of 200 pieces. Who knows if that's even still available for pre-order by the time we finish this show, but you can jump on over and check that out as well.
I think we would be doing a disservice to the fans as well as to the collectors if we didn't talk about MODOK.
MODOK.
Yes,
again.
we got to premiere this guy.
From Quantum Mania. Plus, we got to see the whole Ant-Man collection as well.
I love that we're expanding this collection. I absolutely adore it. And I think this is such a fun piece. Take a look. I mean, the entire collection works great together.
So colorfully. And the way that they've recognized those costumes from the comic books. I mean, even Kang, who comes with that swap-out blue-faced portrait. We've got comic book characters that I never thought would see figures.
You take a look at, when we talk about that detail, and you just brought up Kang, if you see in that cape, you see that print and pattern done in there, and the metallics on that deep purple. There is absolutely beautiful, and the expression on MODOK. How can we not? I'm really hoping that I will be able to pre-order that, and I make sure that I get to pre-order things by being registered.
Yes, and you know, I think I'm gonna either have to write to Webster's Dictionary or Marvel about changing how we spell MODOK or Collectibles, because he should be the mental organism designed only for collecting, because I know that a lot of people are gonna want to see that on their shelves. So
yes,
either you spell collecting wrong or you spell MODOK wrong, but either way. Sorry, I'm an English major, gotta get my kicks where I can. But that, again, such an amazing piece to premiere, and I can't stress enough, that is a 6th scale figure. Like that is a 6th scale MODOK. So you blow that up, and he's probably as big as this room.
Boom. Now, we started with the J. Scott Campbell. We have the J. Scott Campbell as the giveaway, but that's not it. We've got another deal coming up.
Yes, we do. I think we've got a winner really quick for Alice before we jump down that rabbit hole. Congratulations to Matthew Grief. You will be taking home the Game of Hearts Alice in Wonderland variant. Congratulations, Matthew Grief. Thank you for joining us in our chats. Our social moderators will tell you where to direct that winner's email. But again, we are so glad that all of you are here participating. And like you said, we've got another deal coming up for you guys. You want to tell them what that is?
I will indeed. Now, you saw him at the top of the show, and I am going to bring him up here onto the stage right now, and it is the Iron Man Mark IV holographic edition, and you can get this absolutely free.
Yes, if you go to side.show/holo deal and you check out all the qualifying in-stock items with a purchase of $330 or more, you can claim this Iron Man completely for free. Now, I do want to specify that that doesn't stack with Mix and Match, but you are welcome to take advantage of the Iron Studios Mix and Match independently, and then you can grab this. But this is the last day that we have this deal available.
Exactly. This is the last day. It was very popular yesterday, and I know that in the chats some people had thought, oh no, I missed out on that. Nope. Today is the last day. It is going to end at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, there's a lot on that holo deal. There are a lot of different items that you can select.
Different scales and formats. So again, side.show/holo deal for the qualifying in-stock purchases, and $330 or more at cart checkout qualifies you for an entirely free, amazing Iron Man with those die-cast features.
To get a die-cast figure and for Sideshow to say, it's absolutely free.
Yeah,
it's pretty darn incredible.
For the people who didn't join us yesterday, let's just do a quick talk about some of the features this does come with.
Absolutely, absolutely. Amy just said that it is a die-cast figure, and that die-cast is covered with all of the elements of his armor. And what Hot Toys has done in this is take those elements and those panels of armor and actually back etch them and create even more detail. You see on the legs and in the arms where you can even see kind of into it. And we saw Tony, when he would develop the suits, kind of create before making it, measure twice. The holographic versions of it, and you see it here, but it is of course done in that classic gold and red Iron Man color scheme.
And I love seeing the little wrist rocket we've got going on here, and now I don't believe it's on, but we do have light up features in this with the signature eyes, arc reactor, and then the hand repulsors. Hot Toys always includes that with their incredible Iron Man
Exactly.
pieces.
There you can see a photo of it, and it is a bright bluish light on there. And when you see the eyes illuminated, and we talked about that etching on the back, all of that in the faceplate is absolutely spectacular. And yes, Amy brought up the wrist rocket there. Yes, this is not a standard Stark. Well, Stark is kind of a unique word, but a museum-esque, not with weapons. Oh no, he comes with all of them. His wrist rockets, his ones up on the shoulders, everything. He's going to have all of it. Multiple moving flaps on there. And this is the Mark IV, which was one of my favorite suits.
It's, can't go wrong with a classic. That's way back down. He got to 85 eventually.
85,
but,
yeah. So this is 80, yeah, okay,
it back.
81 after that.
But you know what? So we've got this deal going through tonight. And again, today is the last day to be able to claim that. How long is that mix and match going to be running?
The mix and match today will be running through 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
Again, that deal, go to side.show mix iron, add any 2 items and you save 60, add any 3 you save 100. The deal keeps on going and growing all the way up to 6 figures, allowing you to save $200, free US shipping, and those reward codes can be used.
That is so exciting, again, because this is the first time we're getting to feature those Iron Studios pieces as part of that deal. So hopefully you guys are loading up your collections with those incredible 10th scale pieces. Now, we're coming to the end of our show, but we're not the last show today. Let's pull up that schedule real quick for one more refresher. Remember, at 9 a.m. every day, we start with the kickoff show, and then in the social network app at side.show/join us. This has been the 11 a.m. Pacific Time Sideshow Con Live, always on YouTube. And then at 2 p.m., we'll be back in the studio. You guys can join our social team at side.show/join LYGSS in the Let Your Geek Side Show Facebook group. They'll be doing the walk and talk through the podiums. You guys can just sit back and enjoy the convention experience, and they will show you a closer look at some incredible collectibles, both that have been premiered this week and some in-stock items that you can add to your collection right now. And then at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, back in the social network app, we've got that wrap-up show, again, just to keep you guys posted on everything you might have missed today. You can find it all at side.show/con, and we hope you guys are registering, downloading those badges. We'd love to see your selfies with those badges. Those also have the full schedule on them,
They do
just in
indeed.
case you forget. They keep letting us in here without the badges.
I know.
so
I don't know how
long.
we're getting in without a badge. You could not do that at a physical convention.
I know. We'll have to do something about that for tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow when we are back here at 11, we'll have all new reveals for you guys, all new deals. I'm personally wondering, is it Thursday yet? If you guys know, you know. But we've got lots coming up, so please stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us at Sideshow Con. This is day 2, and we've got 2 more days after
more
this.
days.
So we hope you guys are having a lot of fun. And as always, don't forget to let your geek side show. We'll see you at the next one.
Bye-bye.